the 2013 Ironton Classic. Tonight's games are brought to you by Fox Sports, Radio 1230 AM and 1420 AM. Collins Career Center, making career dreams come true. And Dan's Sports Shop of Huntington.
Welcome back to the Conley Center for the 11th game, the 11th and final game of this two-day Ironton Classic. I'm Todd Ward alongside Caleb Carter, bringing you Huntington St. Prep Irish versus West Oaks Academy. Caleb, we saw both these teams yesterday. Which team impressed you more?
Well, I've got to say it's got to be Huntington, winning their game by 35 points. They went out and they played extremely well. They got a lot of contributions from a number of players. West Oaks struggled a little bit against Walnut Ridge yesterday. Cincinnati team, or a Columbus team from here, somewhat local. They did struggle, but what West Oaks has that is good for them in this case is height. And you said that earlier. And if they're going to keep up with them, they're going to have to score the ball down low.
And height indeed. Yeah. 7 players 6'7" or taller on this West Oaks Academy team. 5 players for Huntington St. Prep, so they actually outsize them, which is surprising. But so we're about to get started here. We'll take a look at what they did yesterday. You mentioned Huntington Prep won by 35. They beat Faith Baptist Christian Academy 81-46 yesterday afternoon. And West Oaks Academy beat Walnut Ridge 58-49 yesterday, the second game of this classic. So the 5th and final game today, 11th and final game of the two-day Ironton Classic. We're about set to tip off here in the Conley Center. Thomas Bryant and Denias Chatkavicius are ready for the jump. And the referees are ready. We're ready. Game number 11 is underway with West Oaks winning the tip. And an early shot off the mark by Heroldis Saprakinas, and it's Huntington ball.
And I think for West Oak, first thing here, turning the ball over right away. But if they're going to have any success, they're going to need to get it down to Chatkavicius. He was the player of the game yesterday for West Oaks. They're going to need to feed the ball down low a little bit.
10 points yesterday for Chatkavicius in that game. One of 2 players in that game with 10 points. A straightaway 3 by Jalen Lindsay. No good, but the offensive rebound and put in by Josh Perkins for 2. Ball swung around the perimeter. Ceedee Nadir, the spin move, but loses it. And it's back to Huntington Prep. He got caught in midair and didn't know what to do with it. The lob. And to Montague Gill Caesar.
And the Texas A&M commit, Nadir's going to have a big game as well, for sure, if they're going to get past that ball pressure up top by the Huntington Prep guards.
Richardson Maitrey, the floater for 2. He had 8 points yesterday in that game. Excuse me, he had 10 as well as Denias Chatkavicius. They were the 2 leading scorers for West Oaks in their win over Walnut Ridge. Gil Caesar, straightaway 3. No, but Big Thomas Bryant for the putback. That's no good. And now a foul goes against Huntington Prep on the rebound. Foul goes on Josh Perkins, his first. Take another look at it.
Take a look at that one again. Just a little bit of a forearm there from Chatkavicius. No, that wasn't on Chatkavicius. That one went on Campo, didn't it?
Jumper no good by Chatkavicius. Jaquan Lyle dumps it in, Bryant, and Bryant's fouled by Chatkavicius. That's his first.
Fouls of Davis. Chatkavicius, his first, team first.
So Huntington Prep will inbound underneath their own basket. Gil Caesar, baseline jumper is good. He's got 4 early points.
Gil Caesar with the bucket.
Montague Gil Caesar He's a junior looking at Kansas, Michigan State, and Ohio State among other possible Division I colleges he could be attending in 2015, ranked 19th in ESPN's Top 100. Three-pointer missed, and then an underneath foul on Jose Campo, going over the back, his first.
And though might I just say, though West Oaks matches up with them well height-wise, Huntington Prep looks more physically imposing. These guys look like better, well-rounded, all-around, like athletic-looking guys, more filled out in their bodies.
Well, you look at Thomas Bryant, big number 24. He's 6'10", a junior. Look at him. He has the ball right here. He looks a lot bigger than 6'10". Jumper no good. Sidney Nadir skies for the rebound. You mentioned Nadir will be going to Texas A&M next year. Swung around. Maitre, baseline jumper. That's too strong. An air ball. Chakavicius loses the rebound, out of bounds. Back to the Irish.
A little bit slower of a tempo this game than we might be used to over the course of the last couple prep games. That Ironton Notre Dame game was pretty slow, but as far as prep game goes, this could be one of the lower scoring ones if it keeps up.
Jalen Lindsay, straightaway three. He's 0 for 2 from there. Gil Caesar, the offensive board. That's no good. Bryant throws one up, and it's behind the backboard, so that's out of bounds. Back to West Oaks. These are two high school teams. Despite Huntington Prep having all their players come from different areas of the country, these are both high school teams, so we have the 4 8-minute quarters instead of the 2 20-minute halves we saw with the prep teams. Cross-court pass. That two-point jumper is good. Heroldis Saprakinis. And they actually rule it a 3. So a three-pointer for Heroldis Saprakinis. Thomas Bryant posting up. He's double-teamed now. And he turns it over. Bad pass. Richardson Maitre the other way down the lane. And West Oaks has its first lead.
Excellent take. And Maitre finished high with the ball, held it high the entire time. That's how you finish a fast break.
4 points for Richardson Maitre. Perkins kicks. Gil Caesar kicks. That three is no good by Lindsay. He's 0 for 3 from beyond the arc early. Maitre kicks it around. Nadir takes a step inside the arc. That's partially blocked. And then over the back on Chakavicius. That's 2 early fouls on him.
We just say a little over 4 minutes in, West Oaks has a lead over one of the top programs in the country that is consistently one of the best year in, year out. So don't count West Oaks just out just yet.
There's a partial block.
Looks like it just barely got tipped out on the perimeter.
Then you see Chakavicius go over the back of Thomas Bryant. Chakavicius will sit down. William Chingang checks into the game. Number 44.
He's another physically imposing body, and they might need him to hold the paint down for a little bit in here in the first quarter.
3 no good by Gil Caesar. Nadir drives, hangs, and scores. His first bucket of the game.
Coach
and it's a 9-6
Fulford wants a
lead.
timeout.
Yes, he does. He's not happy right now. Coach Fulford very upset because Huntington Prep, 4.5 minutes into this game, only 6 points. They're taking a lot of jump shots, not hitting many of them. You look, Montague Gil Caesar with 4 of them, 4 points. And then Josh Perkins has the other bucket. But Jaquan Lyle, their best player, averages 21 points a game. Scored nothing so far. Hasn't even taken a shot. He only had about 5 points yesterday in their game. Got injured. Had his leg rested on one of the chairs. Shoes off because his ankle was bothering him. Don't know how much we'll see of him today. He's back in the game now, number 5. But Lyle, they need him to score. He's looking at Memphis, Kansas, and West Virginia as a possible college destination next year, ranked 39th in ESPN's Top 100 list.
Just give you an idea just how good these guys are. 2 top 40 recruits just right there between the 2 wing-like players.
Lyle rises up for 3 right on cue, but that's a brick. And the ball goes back to West Oaks. Jaquan Lyle, he has the ability to just go off at any moment. Thursday night in their nationally televised game on ESPN against Arsenal Tech, he only scored 6 through 3 quarters, scored 22 in the fourth quarter in their 8-point loss to Arsenal Tech. Nadir uses the screen well and knocks down the 3, 5 points, seeding Nadir.
They freed up Maitre over there on the right wing, but Nadir, I think, had his mind on getting the basket that entire possession.
Dumped inside, Bryant can't finish. Nadir corrals it back the other way. Has to do a spin move and loses it. Jalen Lindsay, the steal. He's got him and Lyle. Lyle takes it himself and uses the body contact well to knock it in off the glass. First points for Jaquan Lyle. Chingang swung around. Saprakinas, no good. Bryant the rebound. Perkins leads the break and throws it away.
See if Huntington Prep gets back in that kind of extended 2-3 zone, kind of putting a guy out there, manning up there at the very top, and then having somebody run over the top of the key in the free throw line, extending that out, putting ball pressure, at the same time kind of sticking back in the zone, and using those long bodies back there in the front court to make it tough on West Oaks to get near the basket. Specifically, I've got to imagine this is designed to stop Nadir from penetrating and getting near the basket.
West Oaks coach Sean Wiseman elects to go for more size, replaces guard Richardson Maitre with big forward Dino Mominovic. Mominovic stands 6'9", replacing the 6'1" Maitre. Inside, Chingang, that's good.
Excellent look inside for Chingang. He found himself an open spot in the middle of the zone, made the easy layup.
Waleed Ahmed also checks in for West Oaks. Gil Caesar, one-handed push shot, no good. Nadir wildly drives in and draws a foul before the shot. So foul will take it underneath the basket. Second foul on Josh Perkins. He has both of his team's fouls so far. Ivan Gandia checks in. Jaquan Lyle sits down. Levi Cook also checks in, the West Virginia commit for next season. Checks in at center. Saprakinas can't get the runner. Looking for a foul call, but he pleads no contest. And it will stay West Oaks ball. 40.6 seconds left in this first quarter. Gil Caesar intercepts the inbounds pass. He's cut off, so he's got to pull it out. Gandia will set up the offense. Miles Bridges for 2.
A little bit of miscommunication on the West Oaks defense there. They're pointing back and forth at each other, and coach threw his hands up in the air. Got to imagine they miscommunicated something right there.
Bridges is only a sophomore. He's also a D1 prospect, looking at Kansas, Michigan State, and Indiana, among others. A lot of good players on this Huntington Prep team.
Extremely talented.
Nadir from about 28 feet. That's off the mark, but Chingang comes up with the offensive rebound. No more shots in this first quarter. But West Oaks, a 14-10 early lead on Huntington Prep behind 5 seeding Nadir points. We'll take a break, come back for second quarter action at the Ironton Classic right after this.
Ohio University Southern Electronic Media presents the 2013 Ironton Classic. Tonight's games are brought to you by Collins Career Center, making career dreams come true. Giovanni's of Colgrove, Pizza Power, Western and Southern Financial Group, and Fox Sports Radio 1230 AM and 1420 AM.
Welcome back to the Conley Center as you take a look at one of the many college coaches at the Ironton Classic, Marshall head coach.
Tom Harrian's right there, maybe with his kid looking like he's enjoying some basketball, maybe keying up on some recruits here tonight.
Could be. We know one guy from earlier from Hargrave was looking at Marshall as a possible prospect, but there's multiple guys on this Huntington prep team that he could be looking at as well. That's why he decided to stay.
And we know with college head coaches, it's important for them to be kind of in touch with the type of guys. Maybe not so much, illegally texting the players, sending them emails and stuff, but showing their faces at the games and making their presence known, like that we want you to be a part of our program.
So 14-10 lead for West Oaks to start the second quarter. Shot is short by Miles Bridges. Drive, Maitrey, kick to Chingang, but a block by Levi Cook. And then Chingang throws it off Cook. And they're going to say it is Huntington basketball.
Wiseman and Coach Wiseman over there for West Oaks is looking kind of, who was that off of again? And his assistant, Coach Thelman over there, looks perplexed as well.
The only thing I can think of is that he was on the end line when he threw it. Gil Caesar rises up. He's short. Kick the other way. Sidi Nadir drives.
Ooh.
And lays it in.
He wanted to throw it down. He did.
Couldn't quite get enough extension to throw it in, so he had to kind of lay it in with his fingers on the rim.
Look at Chingang battling down there with Cook.
Gil Caesar 3. That's off. Jumper. And they're going to say that Chingang traveled catching that pass.
As I mentioned a second ago, it's going to be really interesting to watch Chingang and Cook battle down low as Chingang goes out and Campo comes back in. The taller but a little bit skinnier Campo could have his hands full with Cook, who's a bit more of a body down there.
The 6'11" Jose Campo checks in, as you mentioned. Now West Oaks is missing 7'1" Anaso Sama. Did not make the trip down to Ironton this weekend. Dish inside. Cook the pass. And the throw down by Miles Bridges.
And you saw it a bit right there. Campo fell right over when Cook went Campo fell right over as soon as Cook put a move on him, put his body to him. It wasn't even a flop. He just wasn't strong enough to hold position on him. I've got to think Chingang's going to come back in soon.
The dish, Campo can't quite get the roll to go, but West Oaks is able to track down that rebound. Ahmed passes to Nadir in the corner. Coach is asking for his players to swing it as they do around the perimeter. Campo's calling for it in the post. Can't get it. Too low of a pass and a turnover. Let's take another look at that dunk by Miles Bridges just a minute ago.
Finishes through contact, too. That could have been called.
5:50 to play in this first half. 16-12 West Oaks Prep lead, West Oaks Academy lead. And the entry pass by Jalen Lindsay, a miscommunication with Thomas Bryant, and it goes out of bounds.
Poor pass in the entry pass. They had position on him. They really did. And again, Campo's getting out-muscled down there.
I think he thought Bryant was going to roll to the basket, and Bryant kept coming towards him. Maitrey tries to lob, but it gets deflected by Gandia and off the mark of his intended recipient, Sidi Nadir.
Good job by Lindsay sticking with Nadir on the line.
Jaquan Lyle for three, way downtown.
I think he wanted to answer your questions from earlier. I think his leg's fine.
And a timeout by Coach Wiseman at West Oaks. 5:17 to play. Caleb, West Oaks is doing a great job defensively. Even that last shot by Lyle was not an easy one. That was well behind the arc. What are they doing defensively to slow down this Huntington Prep team?
Well, they are being physical right now. I've noticed that right off the bat. And frankly, I don't even know if it's so much what West Oaks is doing on defense. It seems to me that Huntington is really just having a hard time getting their offense going. I don't know if I could quite explain that exactly, but
well, let's look at that last three by Jaquan Lyle. Maybe it'll kickstart them. Look how deep this is. It's a good 5 feet.
Yeah, Sapernakis is up there, but
it's a good 5 feet beyond the arc from Lyle. I mean, there's no defense for that. You let him shoot it. If he makes it, he makes it. Leading scorer in this game, 7 points, Ceedee Nadir, the Texas A&M commitment. He's a good-looking player.
I've still got plenty of people in the crowd for this one. People wanting to see Huntington Prep play once more. They played last night. They got a treat. Probably come back for a little bit more tonight.
Yep. This West Oaks Academy Flame team 8-1 with the win last night. And Huntington Prep 13-3 with their win last night. They're ranked 20. Huntington Preps are actually ranked 21st in the country by the USA Today as far as high school teams go.
Which is honestly probably a bit falling off for them in terms of where they've been in recent years. But I think that's to be expected when you lose somebody of Andrew Wiggins' caliber.
Of course, Andrew Wiggins playing now at the University of Kansas and seen by many as the possible #1 pick in next year's NBA draft.
And the $200 million shoe deal recipient at that.
Turnover, Richardson Maitre threw it out of bounds. So let's see if Huntington Prep can get some kind of offense going. Thomas Bryant will take a rare three-pointer. That's no good. And a second straight turnover.
Just go slapped away, maybe.
That is the call. It was slapped out of bounds, so it will stay with West Oaks. And almost a turnover by Saprakinas. Walid Ahmed can track it down. The no-look pass to Jose Campo.
Excellent look.
An interesting note, there has not been a free throw taken in this game yet. 4:24 to play in the first half. We have a foul underneath on Campo. Second foul on Jose Campo. Only the fourth team foul on West Oaks, and Huntington only has 2 team fouls, both on Josh Perkins.
Not as physical as I think it might have been expected. West Oaks is playing a little bit physical down there on the big guys, but other than that, when shots are going up, not a whole lot.
So Campo will sit down with the 2 fouls. Denias Chakavicius will check back in. Swing left, Jalen Lindsey for 3. That's short. Walid Ahmed the rebound. Nadir fakes the 3, then kicks out to Ahmed. Ahmed, another no-look pass. And now the ball gets swung around the perimeter. Nadir for 3. But follows his own miss and goes strong to the rim where he's fouled.
I think you just saw part of the reason why they haven't been challenging Bryant inside. He just swatted him down with both hands. He didn't just swat down the ball, he swat down Nadir as a whole.
Unfortunately, he picks up his first foul on that. So 1 foul on Thomas Bryant. We have our first free throw attempts of the game. Nadir knocks it down. Dino Mominovic checks in for Heroldis Saprakinas. As we take another look at this follow by Ceedee Nadir and the foul on Thomas Bryant. Hacked him across the arms. And Nadir knocks down the second free throw.
Note that Jaquan Lyle also went out for Huntington Prep there in that free throw sequence. Let's see how they're going to look offensively coming out of that.
Ball swung inside to Thomas Bryant for the 2-handed flush.
Excellent ball movement. Perfectly executed high-low on the zone there. Get the zone move up on that bottom line. Toss it over the top of Bryant, who is just going to use his size every time.
Bryant had 24 yesterday, and their win was the game MVP for Huntington Prep. First bucket today for him. And a traveling violation on Danias Chakavicius. Raul Timoner checks in for West Oaks as we take another look at the Bryant dunk.
Again, excellently executed high-low right there, and Bryant's going to finish that every time. No one's going to stop him when he's that close to the basket.
3:18 to play in the first half. 3-point West Oaks lead. They've been able to hold on to the lead since they got it at 7-6. Jalen Lindsay stripped at the free throw line by Richardson Maitrey. Lindsay alters the shot, but the follow by Waleed Ahmed is good. Great hustle play by Ahmed to help out with the rebound. Let's see if Huntington Prep can figure out this zone that West Oaks is playing. Gil Caesar, wide open corner three, knocks it down. His first three of the game. 7 points for Montague Gil Caesar. Averages just under 19 points a game this year. Ahmed pump fake, then the dish to Chakavicius, but he's blocked by Bryant. And offensive foul. Chakavicius called for a hooking.
I say he may have just swung that arm right a little bit too high. Pretty visible to the referees.
His third.
See if we take another look at Chakavicius, see if that is exactly what he did. Brought the elbow out.
It did look like he was fouled by Bryant on that initial attempt, but no call. A deep three is good. Josh Perkins just checked back in and knocks down a three. 5 points for Josh Perkins, but he's got to be careful with 2 fouls and 2 minutes to play. Ball swung around the perimeter, and a steal. Josh Perkins, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Now that Huntington Prep's got their first lead since they were up 6-5, they've now got the opportunity to extend that a little bit, make it a little more comfortable.
Fouls on Serjan Ivic, his first. Take another look at it.
A little bit with the body on that.
Perkins knocks down the first of 2 free throw attempts. It's the first free throw attempts of the game by Huntington Prep. Not accustomed to not getting to the free throw line. And suddenly the Irish are up 3 after 2 free throws by Perkins. Quick 5 points by Josh Perkins coming in off the bench. William Chingang posting up, kicks out Timoner for 3. That's short, but an offensive rebound by Campo gives another possession to West Oaks. At 3, no good by Maminovic, but another offensive rebound by Campo. And he's stripped by Gil Caesar. 2-on-1 fast break. Jalen Lindsay, no call, gets the bucket.
A little bit of contact there. Good job finishing through contact. Now Huntington Prep's got a 5-point lead, and it's looking pretty good for them right now.
Timeout for Coach Wiseman. So 59.3 seconds left in this first half. Caleb, what happened to West Oaks' lead there?
It's gone. Yes, I know. Yeah, it went away pretty quickly. I mean, it was a 5-point game.
A quick 10-2 run by Huntington Prep as we take another look at this fast break.
Huntington's just looked better on the offensive end, finishing up high on the fast break just like that, getting the ball down to Bryan a few times on the block, and now West Oaks doesn't look quite as comfortable as they did in the first quarter.
Well, a big part of that was Josh Perkins. 5 quick points after he picked up 2 early fouls, had to sit down for a while after starting the game. Comes back in, and within a minute scores 5 points, a 3-pointer and 2 free throws. And just like that, Huntington Prep's on top. But 55 seconds left, plenty of time for West Oaks. You got to score here, try and get some momentum again before the half. Now let Huntington Prep go in feeling really good about themselves. Shin Gang, plenty of room to work if he wants it. All